The feedback management button in the D2500 uses the 31 standard ISO center filters for feedback removal. The filters are 1/3 octave filters. They work just like analog filters, but they work automatically via the settings that you enter. If you are working in manual mode, to get familiar with the D2500, the feedback management will work in this way. While in manual mode, press FBM until the display reads FBM off. Use the data wheel to turn the parameter to FBM on. In manual mode, the LEDs above the faders of the offending frequencies will light to show that feedback is within that 1/3 octave. In this mode, the D2500 will not apply any cuts. The LEDs will just guide you to the frequencies that have a problem, and you manually move the faders to remove the feedback. If you are not working in manual mode, more parameters apply. The parameters are FBM off. With this parameter set, the feedback management algorithm is disabled. FBM on. With this parameter set, the feedback management algorithm is enabled. FBM auto. With this parameter set, the feedback management automatic hold and release parameters are available. Sensitivity sets how responsive the D2500 will be in finding feedback within an audio signal. FB max sets the maximum amount of cut in dB that the unit can apply when it finds feedback. FB hold sets the amount of time the filters will hold the cut applied once feedback occurs. FB release sets the amount of time it will take for the filters to return to your previous setting. Let's see what happens when the feedback management is set to on. Set the sensitivity to 10. Set feedback max to -12. Hold and release times do not apply. If feedback occurs at 600 Hz, the 630 Hz 1/3 octave band will be cut. You can see that the algorithm has applied a -3 dB cut by pressing EQ and using the data wheel to scroll to the 630 Hz band. In FBM on mode, the filters will stay locked until you turn the feedback management off. Notice the fader is at 0, yet the screen says -3 dB. Also, notice that if the fader is raised all the way to +12 dB, the unit will only apply a boost of +9 dB. That is because of the -3 dB cut of the feedback management algorithm. Let's see what happens with the FBM set to auto. Go back to the FBM button and set the parameter to auto. Press the FBM button 3 more times to get to the hold parameter, and use the data wheel to set it to 5. Press the FBM button 1 more time and use the data wheel to set the release to 20. Now, if feedback occurs at 600 Hz, the 630 Hz 1/3 octave band will be cut. Press EQ and use the data wheel to scroll to the 630 Hz frequency band. You can see the -dB setting caused by the feedback management algorithm. If you stay on this screen, you will see the feedback management algorithm return the filter over time to the hold and release parameters that you set. The importance of this is if you set up a complicated EQ curve using a real-time analyzer or through intensive listening, you want to be able to remove feedback as it occurs. But after a period of time, you want the unit to return to your original EQ curve.